2.5 hours to go before the race starts, and I thought we'd have a quick look at what's going on. Having a bit of a track walk with spectators having a track walk, so it doesn't look like there's many people here. In fact, it's absolutely heaving, this racetrack. Can't imagine how many thousands of people. If you're not here, you should be. Enjoy what's going on out there.
We are on the infield for the grid walk. All the world finalists are here, signing photographs, chatting to the fans, and we're going to pick up with a few of them and find out how they think the race is going to go. So on the grid walk, come across 147 Eddie Collins, who's spectating here today. Eddie, right, so your driver's perspective, you've got like a bit of insight.
Not on this brown dirty stuff.
No,
Ooh,
no. But with your Formula One stock car driver's head on, how do you think the race is going to go today?
Right.
Like
Turn one.
Expert inside and outside.
Expert, I don't know about expert.
Yeah.
Lee Fairhurst
Yeah.
is going to put Jack over Tom's bumper.
Yeah.
They're going to hit post turn one.
Okay.
Charlie's going to win it from row 13 or wherever he is.
Yeah.
Mick Sauter's going to be that impressed, he's going to retire on spot. Joe Nichols is going to buy his car. I'm going to buy Joe Nichols' car. And then I'm going to spend next year on shale like Bambi on ice, spinning out. And then we'll be at pub moaning at how bad it's gone.
I don't trust you.
I think does that sum it up?
That sums it up perfectly. I need nothing more from you, Eddie Collins. Thank you so much. So on the infield with 93 Sam Macon, I've just spoke to Eddie Collins for a bit of an expert opinion on what he thinks is going to happen in the big race. So same for you, what do you think is going to unfold today?
I mean, I would like to see Jack just romp off into the distance.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good to see, wouldn't it? Just see a blue top winning it from the front row. That'd be pretty decent, wouldn't it? But I think it all depends on the first bend, doesn't it? It depends how slippy the track is, whether it dries up quickly. If it dries up fairly sharpish, I think Sam Brigg, he could move himself forward.
Yeah.
He's been quick here before. I know it's not his favourite track. Yeah. He's told me multiple times, but
He's told me multiple times.
He's done pretty well here before now. I mean, Tom's obviously the favourite, isn't he? But
yeah.
if Lee manages to get a good start, put Jack across Tom.
So what you're saying is it's basically anybody's race?
To a degree, yeah. I mean, it's going to be difficult for the people further back, especially once it slicks off, because everybody's pretty much the same pace at that point. But it's obviously going to be survival at the start. It would have been nice to have even been in the Consi Semi myself to give it a go, but
you can watch it and drink beer.
well, there is that in there. I thought, look, hopefully it's just a good race. You know, you don't really want someone just driving off into distance. Just want a good stock car race. You know, maybe a nice last bender at the end, but you know, we could all hope for a good race. But let's just hope it is.
I can ask you this: who would you like to see win?
I'd like Jack to win it.
Yep.
You know, he's one of my very good friends, and he's driven well all year. By now, it should probably be a red top, but he's just not had any luck this year, you know, to a degree this year. So hopefully, he's got the speed, and it'd just be good to see, you know, one of my mates win, and someone different, you know. Craig's obviously going to be fast. Tom, Lee, all the other, you know, Matt, the rest of the superstars, but it'd just be good to see someone different.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Good. Sam Macon, thanks so much.
No worries. Cheers.
So with David Crosby, who by day you have a very important job.
I'm the captain of UK submarine.
I love that so much. I absolutely love it.
And your wife now believes me.
She doesn't. Do you think you work on a boating lake giving people little boats? But anyway, that's not why we're here. World final and most important race of the year. What do you think is going to happen? Have you thought about that? How do you think the race is going to unfold?
First of all, I want to say thanks to Dean Wood. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I think what he's done is nothing short of monstrous, really. I think it's absolutely great. Do I care about the race? I think the race will be a really tight race. I don't mind who wins, providing the drivers either walk off or drive off at the end of the race. I don't really care who wins. I do think they've got to stop Tom getting away. I do think he'll go look at his car. I think he'll go for hitting the fence and trying to drive round and go on the outside. I think if he gets a break, it's going to be difficult to catch. But people like Craig Finnegan, Lee Fairhurst, and then all the way back, even the Consi Semi, there's some really top drivers in that. Anyone, I think it's like the first skeggy, and I don't think you can choose it. I'm glad the's not a bookie here because I'd have lost all my money.
But you say about Tom likes the outside line, doesn't he? He likes going up to the fence, and if it's dry up there, he can, you know, back straight and gone potentially.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot will play on Jack. I think if Jack pushes Tom as far wide as he can on the rolling lap, and then see what happens on that first push into that corner. The speed the Dutch were carrying into that corner last night was immense.
That was rapid, wasn't it?
They were so fast, and everyone's going to be doing that. Do I see a yellow flag? No, I see lots of yellow flags. So we'll see what comes of that one. But I just hope it's a great race. I hope the fans enjoy it. The temperature's right, the beer's right, the venue's right. 3 days in one place is fantastic. And hats off to Dean Wood, hats off to the BSCDA for driving us through, hats off to Briscoe. Let's make this event what it should be, which is fantastic.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.
Cheers, take care.
Here with Briscoe grading person extraordinaire. I made that better. Nigel Anderson. Nigel, thanks so much.
Thank you.
World final.
Yes.
We like these every year.
Here we are again.
Yeah, here we are again. So we're on show this year, tarmac last year. People are saying an unpredictable race, you can't really call it. Do you have that same view and opinion?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's very unpredictable because we haven't had a Northampton Shell World Final.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going to happen. My head says Tom.
Yeah.
Because the paper and stats all think Tom should just sail away in the distance and nobody should get anywhere near him. My heart says Craig, obviously, because he's my man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's wide open.
Okay.
I think a lot depends on Jack France's nerves. How will he make the start? Will he miss the start? Will he do something erratic? Nobody knows because he hasn't been in that position before.
No.
What sort of form is he going to carry into it? I think everybody wants to see Matt win.
Yes.
And I think the dark horse, and everybody seems to forget him in everything for some reason, it's Lee Fairhurst.
Yeah.
But why? I know it's a long time since he was world champion.
It's like 11 years.
And it's time he won it again.
Yeah.
I think he could. I know he hasn't raced around here this season, which could be a hurdle to get over, but they've got the experience to do it. He could be the man to upset the apple cart, if you like.
To be fair, people aren't talking about Lee, and when I was talking to him before the meeting, he seems like quietly confident with the whole race. You know, that he feels like he could do really well.
I think it's going to be yellow flags. Sure, there's going to be yellow flags because the nature of the track is an action track where you're going to have cars spinning and stopping, and when it happens, what happens in the race? Was you going to re-water the track? Probably. All these factors are outside what we know. So
I think it's very exciting just because of that unpredictability of what's going to happen.
Also, I think that the Dutch, for example, the northern lads like Chelle Granats was flying around there in the time trial. Wim de Vries was quick. He made a mistake, which put him back a little bit. Kool Morris was quick. If opportunity allows it, one of those guys gets to the front. The English guy's done a lot of hard work to pull him back in again. Scheller could quite easily take it over the seat, and that would be, I think, fantastic to see for the sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, I expect an action-packed. I expect an action-packed race.
Yeah.
Now I said that, you watch Tom win flag to flag, and that'll be it. Because it's so quick round the outside here, and I just said, well, I walk around the track walk. The outside line is, at the moment, is absolutely bone dry.
Is it?
So, yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
So some drivers need to go and talk to Dean and get some water.
Yeah,
from
get
that,
some water outside. I'm sure it will become race time. I'm sure it will be. But no, it's good.
No, John, thanks so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So here with Carrigan. Carrigan, you want to talk to me about the World Final. Who do you think's going to win it?
Tom Harris.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you think Tom's going to win?
He's just a good racer.
But there's Jack France, there's Lee Ferris, there's Frank Raymond Jr., Charlie Sawney, all these big names. Do you think Tom's just going to drive off?
Yeah.
You do.
Cut out on the outside, cut through everyone who's right on.
Really? And if Tom doesn't win, who else would you like to win?
Craig Finnegan.
Okay, we like Craig as well. They're both really, really quick, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you think the track's going to be wet or dry?
Dry.
Do you think it's dry out? Good. And are you looking after yourself in the sunshine?
Yeah.
Put a hat on. Carrigan, thanks so much. Aidan,
Yeah.
you've come to talk to me about who you think's going to win the World Final.
To be honest, it's who gets past the first corner. Whoever gets past the first corner and gets a good lead will probably end up winning it. Because I think they're all just going to crash down there, down on 1 and 2 up here. Sorry.
Yeah. It's changed. I'm very confused as well.
Yeah, and I think they're all going to crash up here. And to be honest, I think hopefully Frank wins it. Hopefully, but I don't think he will. I think whoever's the overseas driver on the inside, I think they'll win it.
Did you watch the meeting last night?
Yeah.
There was a lot of very quick overseas drivers last night.
Very.
Wasn't there?
I thought Cohen Maris was rapid.
Has he got third row inside? I'm sure he has. I think he's third row inside on the time trials.
I think he will win. I think he will win that. And Tijeli Gradanis, he was quick as well.
Yeah. So who's your favourite driver?
Frank.
Is it? But you think he's too far back?
Yeah.
He feels quite confident on row 7 though. He thinks they're all going to crash out and he'll be like, all right.
I'm thinking that as well. But then if he goes in, I don't know. But I think the first 5 rows are going to be in the fence.
Yeah. I'm with you. And it's damaging it like punctures and all that kind of goes with that. Yeah. Okay, so you think you want Frank to win it, but you think Tom's going to win it?
Cohen Maris.
Cohen Maris.
Yeah.
I like that's a brave decision you made there. I like it. Thanks so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Superstar. Archie, have you enjoyed the grid walk?
Yeah.
Have you who's your favourite driver on the grid?
Frankie Werman.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is he your favourite?
Because he helps me dad with loads of stuff with Risk F1.
Who's your dad?
Dan Brook, 558.
He stole his car at Sheffield.
Yeah.
And you've started racing mini stocks.
Yeah.
How's that gone?
First meeting with Venra.
Yeah.
So,
it's a fast track.
Yeah, it's very fun. I did all right, and then I've done a couple more meetings. Done 6 meetings.
Yeah.
I did my first trail meeting at Mildenhall.
How was that?
Firstly, I was doing all right, fighting for last places in top 10.
Yeah.
Engine cut out, so
You Raymond lot have bad time with these engines, don't you?
And then dizzy cap came off, and then second heat, I was catching first. I got a front puncture. Yeah. And then final, I got 20. I started 27th, and I got 12th.
Yeah.
So I got 25 points now. I'm aiming to get up to yellow or blue. So
good.
Good season.
So you want Frank to win it?
Yeah.
If Frank don't win it, who do you think's going to win it?
Probably going to be Tom, innit?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. And I'll be talking to you in 6 years' time when you're winning races in Formula 1. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. So we're going to finish our grid walk with the world champion's mum, Zoe Sorda. Hello, Zoe.
Hello.
You all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Last week I was in your kitchen.
Yep.
Have you had much comments about your kitchen on? Because it's been all over YouTube. Thousands of people have seen it.
No, I've not had any comments other than the flowers were positioned in the right place and they look quite nice.
See, there you go.
But that was done by accident. That wasn't all. Yeah. So no comments. So.
A year ago,
Yep.
you were at Ipswich and Charlie won the World Final.
Yeah.
And we spoke kind of last week when we were having coffee before. I spoke to Charlie and you just said like what an amazing kind of experience it was that night.
Yeah, it was just absolutely unbelievable. We went into that day not expecting anything or putting any pressure on him. It was his first World Final. And from our point of view, we just wanted him to enjoy and make the most of that night, and whatever was going to happen was going to happen. And his car didn't obviously perform in practice. Mick was a bit worried, so he put loads of pressure on himself, and Charlie was just like, Dad, it's going to be fine. So actually Charlie was calming his dad down, and he was just really excited for it. And how it all unfolded, we couldn't have really written that night.
They're doing it deliberately. That's just so naughty.
Who is it?
I don't know. Anyway, so World Final night was fantastic, and then I spoke to Charlie about his year as world champion. Ups and downs, I'm guessing, for you as well. It's been like a great year, and at times a bit of a testing year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, to get your name on that trophy and to race the race he did.
Yeah. I don't know.
And to race the race, should we start again? Or do you just edit it?
Edit it. Carry on.
So to race that race he did, to me, it wasn't handed to him on a plate.
Yeah.
He had to work for it. He had different things to overcome. And for me, on that night, he was the best on that night. He chose not to take the number one because he felt he wasn't at the top of the sport at the moment. And it would have been wrong to have done that. But we've enjoyed the whole year with him. We've enjoyed every moment. We've enjoyed everything it's brought to us as a family. For his granddad, to see him win the World Final, to be there that night, for Michael to see that, it's just, it will last with us forever. Whether we get our name back on it or not, his name will always be there. And it is what it is, but we've enjoyed it, completely enjoyed it.
Do you think he's got a good chance of retaining it today? Because nobody's talking about Charlie, they're all talking about Tom, Jack France.
I don't think this race, last year they said Tom was going to win it, and it was a dead cert that Tom was going to win it. This year, I think we could have a shock winner.
Okay.
I think Charlie's got good a chance as anybody else. He will fight for it. He's not going to sit there and just, not fight. He's going to do all that he can. He's got to work for it, but then so is everybody else. And we've just got to see how the race unfolds.
What they've done is fantastic at Northampton this weekend. It feels very much like a festival of stock cars. I keep using that, but it does, doesn't it?
It's absolutely brilliant. I've just seen Dean, and I've just said to Dean, thank you so much for what you've done, because, to do this for all the drivers, you've got Mitch over here, you've got loads of the New Zealand guys, you've got loads of the Dutch come over. So to make it an actual, event rather than just a few races, to me it's brilliant for the fans. And to get close and personal with the drivers, that's what stock car racing is about. You can't do that at many other racing formulas. So for our sport, this is what we are, this is what we do. The fans can get close to the drivers. And it's just a good night.
And everybody's got a smile on their face. Everybody's got a smile on their face.
The sun helps.
It does help.
The sun helps.
And the beer.
The beer helps. Maybe it's going to be hard on the cars though. We could do with it. We could do with it being a little bit cooler for the cars, because it's going to test the track. The track's going to be harder tonight. The cars are going to have to work harder. So I think it could be anybody's.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming to talk to me.
My
when I asked
pleasure.
you were like, no, but it's been brilliant. Thanks so much.
I don't like this sort of thing.
People have seen your kitchen.
Absolutely.
So, thanks so much.
Thank you.
So we're here on the centre green. Look, everybody's here. All the spectators come to talk. But I found Ian Higgins, the very famous 29 Captain Chaos, right?
Yeah, back in the day.
Why aren't you out there racing, Ian?
The body, mate, to be honest. Just too many knocks and bangs when I was younger, and just takes too long to recover, doesn't it, nowadays?
It does. Yeah. I won't know yet, but I'm sure when it gets to your age, I'm sure you're right. But have you got a horse in this race, Ian?
I'd love to see Lee Fairhurst do it again.
Oh, he's such a nice lad, isn't he?
Nice guy, very very amicable, no airs and graces. You know, don't get me wrong, you've got to have, you know, Tom, I love Tom, but you've got to have your characters. You've got to have your Tom Harrises that wind the crowd up and everything.
But Ian Higgins.
But everybody loves Lee, don't they?
Yeah,
so,
they do.
You know,
They do.
I'd
I
love
don't
Lee
like
to
him
see
actually, but
Well, yeah, there you go. But, no, I'd love to see Lee.
So Lee up to, who'd like number 2 then?
That old misery, Wayman.
Miserable Wayman, yeah.
The thing is,
it could be young Frankie Wayman. He's in Consolation.
Not quite. Yeah, I don't think his time's here yet, but
yeah, maybe.
I like, you know, I think it'd be good for Frank to win another one because, you know, how long's going to keep going?
Quite.
You know, I mean, when he's on it, he's on it. Isn't
He's
he?
almost as old as you, isn't he?
Yeah, he is actually almost.
Yeah.
But,
And P3?
P3. Do you know what? I'd like a foreigner, a New Zealander.
No kidding.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
One of the Dutchies, I was impressed. I know that she had a bit of grief last night, but I thought Beck's bar was. She drove pretty steady. But again, there's a thing there. Back in 1986, her dad Graham hired. We did a car for him for the World Final. He went to Long Eaton and he barrel rolled it and ripped the axles out and everything. And so when we painted it his race colours, which were green, and we had a sign written with a kiwi upside down and put, "Who says kiwis can't fly?"
Perfect.
Yeah, so
One word of advice to the on the first lap, first bend. One piece of advice, because you've done enough.
depending on where you are on the grid. You see, when I was on the front row at Hendersford, I jumped the start. That was my thing.
That's a good tip.
Well, the thing is, I was in John Lund's car, and what happened? We just lined up. I'd never driven the car. We just lined up on the grid. His mechanic came running across and went, "John's just broken his mirror getting in the car." Took the mirror out. So I'm on the front row of the World Final, no mirror, and it's like
maybe a mixed blessing.
Yeah. So I thought, right, I don't care. They told us you do not go until you see that you do not go, and I thought they're not going to stop a green. They're not going to stop a World Final just because I jumped the start. So I just went down that first straight and waited. And got round the bend.
Happy days, and went on to
fourth in the end. Yeah. So I was happy at that. To be honest, in a strange car.
Ian, always a pleasure to talk to you, mate. Superstar of the sport.
We could just talk forever.
We could talk forever.
So,
thanks for your time.
No
mate.
problem, mate.
Good. Just the end of the grid walk, the pit walk there for the spectators, and I just bumped into Kyle Gray. And I'd completely forgotten, because I don't really pay much attention to Kyle for obvious reasons. I'd completely forgotten he's in the Consolation. Where are you on the grid?
8th row outside.
That's quite a long way back, Kyle. That's not you. You've got more pace than that, haven't you? What's going on?
Well, normally, like last year, they did it so grades within grades, and so obviously, if I was the highest point scorer in the blues, I'd be pole blue. But for some reason, this year they've done it just the highest point scorer overall on pole. So obviously, because I'm a bit far back, I didn't have the best of qualifying rounds. So obviously, I'm quite far back. So,
are you nervous? That's a yes. Do you hear that hesitation there? That's a yes.
Not really. It's more the fact of, I think, because I've never been in a world final before, you see, so I want to be in a world final so badly. It's just more not pressure. I don't know what the word is for it, but it's just I want to be in it so badly. Do you know what I mean?
But you see that's really interesting, because people, you know, like Kyle, will really want to be in that world final. So all those world final qualifying rounds, it's actually really important, isn't it? Because getting those points to get into that semi, that's like
crucial.
Yeah. Every last bit of it.
And to be fair, round Mildenhall, I thought to myself we had a good chance of getting in the top 10, because you know what it's like round Mildenhall. It's so small. As long as you keep all four wheels on the car, 9 times out of 10 you probably will qualify and you stay on the lead lap. First corner we got a big hit, as you do on the first corner, and then I got tangled up the next corner, spun round. But to be fair, I wouldn't have finished the race anyway, because on the first corner when I got hit that hard, it sheared the water pump off the front of the engine.
It what?
It sheared the water pump off.
Sheared the water pump.
No. And so I wouldn't have finished anyway, so it's...
Maybe yeah. Well, Luke, I wish you the very, very best of luck with the Conso.
Thank you very much.
You know I'll be rooting for you, and I'll see you after the race as
Thank you very much.
Bless you.
Cheers, mate.
Look what the cat dragged in. Robbie McSpeak. What on earth? I thought, aren't you supposed to be? Is that the way to Skegness?
No, I don't know which. It's somewhere in it.
Look at what Dean Woods has been doing here. Why can't you do something similar with Skeggy?
Unfortunately, we haven't got Dean Woods' kind of wallet, but we have now. Dean's done an amazing job here. Amazing job. What he's done in 5 months, 6 months, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but there's two people who, I mean, there's not just two, but particularly two notables who are doing extraordinary things with their racetracks, and you're the other. What has happened at Skeg? It's gone through the roof.
Yeah, it's a good thing. We were lucky enough to buy Skegness, and then it needed a lot of infrastructure doing. We've done it over a matter of time, so we've had a few years to build the infrastructure up, and we just keep improving and I love the job, and I just want to keep improving. But what Dean's done here in a short period of time, just unbelievable.
Totally. Apparently he was on holiday in Africa, and he got the planning permission through. It was March, I think, and he's done all this since then. Amazing. But here we are at the World Final, and you should not be here dressed like this, shouldn't you?
Of course I should.
You should be out there, shouldn't you? There. That's what we say out here.
Out there.
Out there.
And that's it. No,
are you sad not to be?
I'm always sad not to be when I'm here, watching the race and you want to race, but it's not my time, is it? I've done me a little bit of racing this year, raced at Penray.
Yeah, you did. And how was it for you?
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Didn't qualify for the World Cup on Saturday, didn't have the best Saturday, but then on the Sunday won the final, so, it's all
the best people win the final on Gold Cup weekend.
Right, yeah, and it was the Bev Greenough Memorial, which is a good thing.
Which is lovely. So you and I have actually both done the same race.
Done the same race, that's right. Yeah, that's it. So I have something in comparison with you.
Well, look, we're being moved. We're being moved. Are we still on or are we off? We're still recording.
Oh, we're being shoved out the way because we're insignificant. That's what it is.
My sole claim to fame in the world is winning the same race as Rob Speed. Rob, it's lovely to see you. Who's your money on for World Final?
I've got to say Tom, because I've got good connections with Tom and Jeremy Davison and everything, and I do think he's on form. But after that, there's quite a few I could run it, but I wouldn't be surprised if a Dutch driver didn't win it.
If who?
If a Dutch driver didn't win it.
Right,
I'm not naming a Dutch driver, but it wouldn't surprise me because they're so fast and drive so aggressive, and the level of them is right up there with everything, and they really are good. Last night's meeting impressed me.
Oh, it was brilliant.
It was amazing.
Really
it was like watching stock cars from 20 years ago.
What a great format for 3 days at the same place. Everybody wins.
Yeah, the fans win. That's what happened. The fans win. They come, they spend the money, they come to one venue for 3 days, and it's like a little festival, isn't it? It's amazing.
Which is what you do at Skeg, of course, for 2 days.
Yeah, we do our 2 days. We do our speed weekends, and that's what works for us at Skegness. But this here now, he's definitely working for stock cars.
Brilliant. Listen, it's lovely as always to see you, Robbie. Bless you. One of the nicest guys around.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for our meeting. Who's this guy? This is Steve Abbott. Steve, you're clerk of the course?
I am the meeting steward.
What's the difference between the clerk of the course and the meeting steward?
The clerk of the course is on the infield. The meeting steward is in race control and controls everything out there.
So you're the big boss.
I am the big boss. Yes.
So you're the above everybody else.
Yes.
What you say goes.
That's correct.
And how long have you been doing this for, Steve?
I think I'm in my 34th season as an official. Wow. I started as a lap scorer and then graduated to steward, and I've been steward for 25 years, I think.
Lord, that's some experience. So do people tend to listen to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen.
I didn't hear what you said then. What did you say? And have you got some recalcitrant drivers, people who are always in your bad books, or
just one or two?
One or two. And would you like to name names?
Oh no.
And
no names. Wait for the book.
Have you any favourite drivers?
I have.
Have you? And would you like to name names?
No.
No. Good.
Wait for the book.
This is quite a long book, I suspect.
Yeah,
and so, just give me a flavour of the day for you. We had breakfast this morning. What time did you get to the racetrack?
I was here around 10 past 9.
10 past 9, and the race starts at
4:15.
4:50.
Or the meeting starts.
The meeting starts at 4:50. Yeah. And any aggro so far?
Yes.
Okay, and have you managed to get on top of all of that?
Oh yes.
And in terms of your history, in terms of what are the attributes that you bring to it?
I'd like to think I'm fair, firm. If I make a decision, I will make it for the right reasons, whether it's the right decision or not, although I don't make wrong decisions. Like a good football referee, I'm always right.
Speaking of football, you have a football team you support. Is it Liverpool?
Mansfield Town.
Mansfield Town.
Yes.
Then it's Liverpool, right?
Not quite.
Not quite, anyway. Mansfield Tense. But Steve, you're one of the unsung heroes of what goes on at stock car racing. 34 years as an official, let alone lap scoring before that. I think it's people out there need to know who you are and what you do and the efforts you go to. It's staggering.
Well, I've always made a point of never hiding. I'm there. If people want to talk to me, people want to discuss things, I'm quite happy to do that, as long as it's in a reasonable manner, shall we say. The same with programme articles, anything I write for magazines. Again, I always put my name to it. Don't hide behind pen names. It's me.
And you are who we love. Lovely to talk to you.
Pleasure.
Thanks ever so much, Steve, and really best of luck for the meeting as well.
My pleasure.
All right, thank you.
Fingers crossed.
Today is all about you. So, well done, firstly, for qualifying. Secondly, I hope you're still smiling about 8:15 tonight.
And you're going to park diagonally, okay? The top 4 will come out to their music, so they'll do a complete lap. From 5th place onwards, it's going to be bang, 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 okay?
Green flag will be dropped on the apex of the bend, turns 3 and 4. Okay? Tom, I think you've done this once or twice before. No? Must maintain front 2 a constant speed, a steady speed, and you wait until the green is called. If we have a race stoppage in the first 3 laps, and the 3 laps are counted when the lead car crosses the start-finish line onto his 4th or her 4th lap. Okay? So the race leader will have completed 3 racing laps at that point. Any restarts, single file restarts, again, lead car sets the pace, steady, consistent, not going, slowing, constant pace. Again, you may be penalised at the end of the race. You knocked onto the infield. You should, in theory, slow down and then pick up speed to get back on track. The speed you're going to be going, I would imagine, you're just going to keep going.
And on your 15 minutes repair time, if we have it, the car must be ready to go at 15 minutes. Unfortunately, if you're just putting the last wheel nut on, that doesn't matter, you're still on the centre and disqualified. Thank you.
Green, and why isn't the centre green? Why isn't the centre green? This is Roger Bromley signing off from Northampton International Shale Way. Going to get his feet very, very dirty right now. And we're still looking for Mr. Starter. Where's Mr. Starter? The driver's briefing was fascinating.
Let's do this. Drivers, start your engines.
remaining, 7 minutes remaining of repair time for your vehicle. done and get round the toe and get rid of the how does it feel in front of the round? Very special. Yeah, I really have to work for that, you know, and winning from the road, you know, Jack had a fantastic first start. And, you know, I knew it was clean and, you know, really giving me wheel shots, it's hard to do. So when I got back to lead, I back to Howard's bend, so I didn't want to push too hard, but at some point we have to go, don't you? And in a win race like this, you have to play everything on the line, and so we did. You did, that wheel was taken, so you can see that, but obviously it wasn't, because it survived all of those donuts, so maybe it was the alcohol. Thank you, Jason, because he gives me the best coaching job. When Robin got the points about you, he just started to blow the effort up. So, lots of the fans, and give him a good shot, and hopefully we hope you enjoy the race.
Very well done then. He's won it once again. Let's hear it from Tom Norris. Those who have been the second aware that the line was cutting out there, but also going out live.
So third place in the world final. It's been a fantastic race. You've got to be happy.
I'm really happy, yeah. After the damage we got in the first lap and the restart, I got last in the restart and then go forward, it was amazing.
You went forward, you went back, you went forward again.
Yeah, I really raced for it, yeah. So it's fantastic. That is the most fantastic win I got.
Did you expect to do so well today?
I didn't expect anything because I knew the first corner was a mess, was going to be a mess. So I didn't expect anything. I got in clean and yeah, let's see. Yeah.
Do you like the track? It looks very
I like the track, but for me it's a difficult track. Yes. It's difficult overtaking because bends are a little bit tiny and it's a little bit different comparing to in Holland.
Yes.
Yeah, the car was on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. At one point, I thought you could win this because you were as quick as Tom. It looked like you were as quick as Tom at one point, and which is brilliant.
Yeah, in the beginning I was going easy, and but I had so much traction.
Yeah.
Yeah, the car was good, just perfect, and I thought, yeah, I was good. I thought this is great, and be calm, and then I got into another car, and yeah. So I didn't really think I was going to be third.
Who built the car? Where's the car? Who built the car?
We built the cars ourselves. Yes, all on it is self-made.
Which is even better, isn't it? It's like a self-built car, and you get third in the British World Final, which is superb.
Yeah, and when you make the car yourself, you know everything, every part of the car.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Massive well done, and thank you very much for talking to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Craig, massive congratulations, second place in the World Final.
Thank you. It was, from what happened in the first stoppage, we smashed the stub axle.
Right, okay.
Lucky enough we got repair time, we literally threw it together, but we didn't realise the brake pipe had split. And from word go, I got no brakes again. And I got to the stoppage and I was dead last, and I was like, do I pull off, do I risk it? I thought I'll risk another couple of laps. I could manage all right with no brakes, so I thought I'll keep going. I keep going, and luckily enough, we got back to second.
So me and Roger were sat there at that stoppage you're talking about when you were dead last, and I was like saying, a few more stoppages, and you can gradually work your way up, and you're there, and that's how it played out.
Yeah, it was really. I don't know what happened to Matt.
He got caught up on that bottom end at turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, I caught him up, and then he pulled off. I think.
Flat tyre.
Oh.
I know.
But it's stock car racing.
It is.
We all keep saying it. We all keep coming back. Fucking stock cars.
That's this drug, isn't it? Do you wish, or do you feel if you had been up there and not having to fight your way back through, you had the pace to be with Tom? Obviously, he was out and out. What looked the quickest?
Tom is quick, and he's dedicated to the sport. I think if we got some brakes, it would have been a different scenario. Because I was having to back off halfway down the straight and let the car roll in, which sometimes isn't too slow, but when you just need that little bit to stop, and I'd run out of back markers to run into, unfortunately.
But we're talking about your driving style at Sheffield, the way that you kind of drive Sheffield, like as opposed to getting your.
It is Sheffield. A lot of tracks, sometimes you have to drive them round a little bit like tarmac, but that's boring.
Yeah.
But then the other shale tracks, you are a lot sideways.
Yeah.
But no, Dean and the team have done tremendous this last few weeks of what they've pulled together here.
Yeah.
And the track stayed good.
Yeah, because I think, you know, when I looked at the weather forecast midweek, you're kind of going, it's going to be wet and then dusty, because that's what happens with shale tracks, but it hasn't done that at all.
Luckily enough, I think the stoppage helped us because the sun dropped.
Yes.
And then it kept the track temperature a lot colder and made a lot better race.
Yeah.
But I think the final's going to be epic now.
Yeah, looking forward to the final.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, happy with second, bearing in mind everything that kind of went on in that race.
Yeah, world final, you're always happy to finish.
Yeah.
From the first race stoppage, the damage we got, to no brakes back to second, unbelievable. Yeah.
And you've got some lovely, nice overalls today.
Thank Rick for the overalls. Last minute order. No, he's pulled his finger out, brought them over from Holland today for me. So yeah, appreciate everything he's done.
There you go.
All the team, sponsors, everybody. It's been there the last few weeks to pull everything together and sorting Rebecca out as well.
You've had Rebecca, haven't you, in the last few weeks?
So yeah, we've done well.
You've been busy?
Yeah.
I can have a beer at the end of tonight and go, that's what we've done.
I'll have two, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be asleep.
Craig, massive congratulations.
Thank you.
So here we are, we've just seen the world final won by Tom Harris. And standing next to me isn't Tom Harris, but is a very, very, very special guy, Jamie Davidson. And Jamie, your name is down the side of so many race cars on the racetrack, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Because we love stock cars.
Because we love stock cars.
Yeah, that's why. Been racing since the 80s and in and out of it, and just enjoy it.
And you had quite a good career as well, didn't you? Which came to a bit of a premature end.
I started in the early 80s.
Yes.
Where I had an accident and had a fractured skull and was unconscious for 3 weeks. I gave up racing for a few years. Started in the 90s and did 10 years in the 90s to 2000.
As I know, to my pain actually.
And really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Really enjoyed it. And then Luke came into stuff, and Lee came into stuff. We did minis for a while, and then we moved into stock cars. So.
And now you are in a way you are Mr. Stock Car, aren't you?
I wouldn't say that. Not
but
like that.
You get around everywhere, and everybody knows you. And you're one of the things about Jamie is he's a bit of a shrinking violet. He likes to keep himself to himself. He doesn't big himself up, but he's a proper decent man who you can trust with your life, right?
Never ever do. I don't know what can I say. We just enjoy racing, and
we do.
That's what it's all about.
Jamie, it's lovely to meet you. It's lovely to introduce you to these people. We do work, and you do. Your trucks look brilliant, don't they? Your trucks are amazing. So Jamie Davidson scrap metal. If you've got any scrap metal, this is your man. A little bit of lead, a little bit of zinc, anything you like. Anything.
Yeah, thank you.
Jamie Davidson. Thanks.
Yeah. Cheers.
Here we are with Tom Harris. Is that your name? It's Tom Harris, not Roger. It's Tom.
I don't know.
Has everything gone out the window for you?
Yeah, to be fair, like I said before, it's a special moment, not just for myself, but for everybody involved. Through Heidi, Jamie Lee, the girls in the office that sort the t-shirts out, for Jamie Davidson, Karen washing my overalls, my dad and Bozzy and Catherine for having my back. And no, it's Rob Speed,
amazing,
Mick, Mick Rassi, Darren, everybody, and I've missed loads of people out. Rob Plant for staying at the yard until stupid time in the morning.
We walked together from over there to do this interview.
I don't know. In that black tub.
We walked over together to do the interview, and you were stopped by a guy who said, "You've made my kid's day." He's just every time. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, it is. And do you know the best thing about it is the best thing about this moment is whether people like you or hate you. They they comment on my drive, phenomenal. People that this guy come and shook my hand before and said, I know we don't get on, but hats off to you. He said it was phenomenal. I want to win more than anybody, and I believe that I should win.
But it doesn't always go your way, does it? You know.
Well, you had a big deal with Lee, didn't you? Lee come in from a fair old distance.
Lee meant it. Lee was trying to knock my wheels off.
Yeah.
You know.
Which you'd try and do if Lee were in the lead.
I probably wouldn't. I'd probably park him up. But because the thing is with it, he was so focused on my race, he ruined his.
Yeah, true enough.
That's what winning feels like. I don't know. Top man. I don't.
You know, in no disrespect to him, you know, it's a championship race. It's balls on the line. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, it's an ultra special moment for not just for myself, but for everybody, and you know, and for everybody that makes this possible for me.
Oh, bless you.
You know, it's
really
kind
cool.
of you can give back to those, can't you?
Well, you've mentioned Heidi and how important Heidi is to you.
Yeah.
There's one other person I want to talk about as well, because I don't know whether many of you know, but you've got a very, very amazing brother, haven't you?
Yes.
And what's his Jamie? Is it Jamie?
Jamie's actually at his college. He goes to a boarding college. Obviously, he's in a wheelchair, he's got cerebral palsy, and you know, 2013 when I first won was completely unexpected. Not that today was expected, but you know, it was completely unexpected. I'd never won I've won European, but you know, I wasn't winning titles, and you know, and I put on the internet that, you know, a picture of Jamie with the trophies and the 2 gold wings, and he is the real champion. You know,
are you listening to this, Jamie?
He's gone through hell as a life, but you know, he makes every day, and he enjoys his life, and you know, he's my little brother, and I love him to bits. Just the same as Catherine, really. You know, I'm so proud of her.
Totally.
You know, she's eventually started to listen, because these females are quite stubborn, aren't they?
I wouldn't know, fortunately.
Oh yeah. But you know, she's eventually started to listen, and she's going phenomenal on tarmac. And this shale life, it's hard. You know, it's tough. There's you know, it's slippy. There's crash and bash, and you know, and she's doing really well. And I'm really proud of her. And she's stop worrying about me and concentrate on yourself. You know, like I said to you before, I was ultra relaxed. I went and sat in front of the truck and had 5 minutes, because it's a hectic day, it's a long day. And I just needed to get away from the situation, just have 5 minutes to myself. You know, get into the race mode, rather than the can I have a picture, or can you sign this for me, or how much is a t-shirt?
Or have an interview.
Yeah, it's the same thing, you know. And I've got Asher here, and for the damage you got on the car, you know, I can't say enough about those guys. You know, we've rebuilt that thing, and then, you know, he was in the shed helping me, you know, bits and stuff from my car, track rods, etc. So, you know, it's a massive. This just doesn't happen in a wing and a prayer. It's a massive effort to get to this stage. Massive effort.
You deserve every plaudit, every congratulations for what you did today. It was a stunning drive. One more very, very quick question. At what point did you come off the gas? At what point did you think, it's mine here?
Well, I come off the gas quite early, because obviously I had a damaged left rear wheel.
Yes.
So I sat behind Matt for a few laps, and then obviously they cautioned it, and I just sat in the car, and I just, you know, at some point it's a world title.
Yes.
At some point you have to risk everything.
Absolutely.
I was driving behind Matt, like, cautious, because I thought, you know, is the tyre going to come off the reel? Have we pinched the tube? Have we, you know?
Everything goes through your mind. I know it. I know it.
And then, you know, it was when I caught Mickey Randall and I couldn't see anybody in the mirror. I just sort of like, I backed up.
Wasn't quite as intense at that point.
I wasn't committed. You know, and then I was counting lap balls down, and then you just, you know, 3 laps to go, you're just praying that you don't have a drop shaft or a diff or a gearbox or a tyre. Anything can go. You know, anything can go wrong. You know, Mickey sort of like half moved out of the way, but then got
I noticed it was like, what's going on there?
My tyre, and I was just like, you know, it's when you overthink everything, it makes everything worse. In a normal race, I'd have probably just gone through side.
And if for somebody you haven't had a chance, absolutely.
Yeah, it was, but no, it's you know, like I say, you know, huge thanks to everybody, to the fans, to you guys for making it all. You know, for Dean and his team, I'm surprised how good the track was, if I'm completely honest, for how slick it was during time trials. You know, the heat we've had. You know, we can't plan the weather, but you know, they've done a phenomenal job with the temperatures we've had today.
Amazing.
Dean and the team.
Amazing.
To have a race run like that for a World Championship, you can't ask for any more. So, you know, big thanks to the team and making it a special event.
Enough of that. well done to you, mate. Thanks to you for entertaining us all so well and for having your trophy in one piece. That was a bit of a, what's his name, Lando Norris moment, that, wasn't it? Listen, lovely to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Great,
Thanks, guys.
Great job. Thank you.